So maybe I'll use this for a blog someday. Just sitting in my screen porch. I've got the rain flaps up on two sides. And I think we're about to get a massive storm. Got thunder and lightning, heat lightning mostly coming through. And I would like to see an amazing storm. So I'm just going to be quiet and see what happens. This really reminds me of a weekend that I spent camping in Vesuvius, Virginia. I want to say in about 2003 maybe. Furman was playing VMI and I was camping in a place called Tie River Gap in the George Washington National Forest. Unfortunately, Tie River Gap is no longer a campground. Not sure what happened there, but it's closed down. But anyway, I was camping there. And I got up there on Friday evening for a Saturday afternoon game. And there was literally a hurricane coming up the East Coast. And I had a screen tent with me, much like the one I'm sitting in now. Quite a bit cheaper. It was the aluminum poles, and it took a while to set up, but that's what I had. And I had a cast iron Dutch oven with me to make some chili. And it stormed for Friday night, all day Saturday and Sunday, and I had taken Monday off, so I came back on Monday afternoon. But just an amazing storm. Rained like I wouldn't believe. The cast iron stove, the Dutch oven, I still have, and it's still rusted from that weekend. I don't think I've used it since. And as bad as that sounds, that was one of my most favorite weekends ever. It was that weekend I discovered Vanessa Carlton as some of my favorite songs ever. She's an amazing musician. I almost tear up when I think of that weekend because it was just, I was just getting through a divorce, learning to be happy with myself. I had just started, camping again. First time since the early 80s. And I had just started being somebody as a photographer for Furman, and it was just an amazing weekend. I'll never forget it. That Tie River Gap campground, I loved it. I felt terrible when I went up a few years later and it was gone. I think the owners of it, their kid had gone to to serve in Iraq during the first Iraq War. Not not George Sr., but George II. And I think he may have died, and I think that's why the campground might have closed, but it was an amazing place. I think there were about 50 sites, about half RV and half tent / car. It was a lovely place. I went there, I think, about 5 times, and I just loved the place. It wasn't too long ago, probably a month or two ago, I found my Tire River Gap t-shirt, and I am so glad I still have it, because it was just such a special place for me. And this was far too much to talk about while I'm waiting for it to storm. But like I said, maybe I'll use it for a blog rather than typing a bunch of stuff that my dad may or may not read. I might just put this up there and my dad can either watch it or ignore it. If I do, just want to say again, that was a special weekend at a really special place, Tire River Gap Campground. When a hurricane was coming through and Furman was playing Virginia Military. It was, I will never forget that weekend. It was amazing. Now I'm going to be quiet and just listen to the rain and the thunder for a little while.